Hi, Kate and Rory here from hypnosiscourses.com. This training course has been designed to help you develop your confidence as a hypnotist, whether that's as a hypnotherapist, a street hypnotist, or a stage or comedy hypnotist.
The reason being, as hypnosis trainers, we've found that although some people have amazing skills for doing hypnosis, for doing hypnotherapy, they lack the confidence to actually get out there and do it and help people and entertain people. And it really is a waste because you have so much to give that we want you to have the confidence to go out there and be able to share it with the world. So to get started, the very first thing that we're going to cover are some of the causes of low confidence.
One of the most common causes, and perhaps the most significant cause of low confidence, is a lack of knowledge or a lack of skill, or perhaps even both. And quite often this comes from the limitations of certain types of training. So for example, you may have read a great book, got lots of really useful information, but you didn't really get a way of practicing without having seen it first. Sometimes we need to see it in action before we can replicate it and then develop it into our own way of working. Of course, it might be that you've watched a fabulous video, but you didn't really get the underpinning knowledge or the underpinning theory to enable you to understand why they did what they did, so that you can then both replicate it and then make it your own.
So lack of training, lack of skill, lack of knowledge, that can cause people to not be able to build confidence, but also people can lose confidence after a past negative experience doing hypnosis and not having it go as they'd have liked it to. So this can happen whether it's in therapy, stage, street hypnosis, any kind of arena that you're in. Things can go wrong because obviously you're working with real people. So if you're a hypnotherapist, for example, you might do a really good smoking cessation session and you think it's gone all really well, and then you get feedback from the client that, well, actually they're still smoking. They went out straight away and lit up. Now again, as you probably are aware if you're a hypnotherapist, that might be down to the client and lots of stuff going on with them rather than what you did. It may have been a great session. However, it can knock confidence. So we've covered so far the causes of low confidence. Before we go on to the solutions and things that you can do to boost your confidence, it's a really good idea to assess where your confidence level is at right now. And a reason for that is because it gives you a good starting point to know where you're coming from. So in a couple of days, weeks, months, you look back and you think, oh my God, I have actually developed this much confidence, because you have a tangible starting point. It also shows you which areas you need to work on being more confident within. And we've taken the hypnosis process, and it's whether it's for stage, street, therapy, whatever you're doing, we've broken it down into 5 areas. And when we give you the solutions, we will work through those 5 different areas with different solutions for each.
Another great way of assessing your confidence is to ask people whose opinions you value. And it can be really good right at the start to say, look, I want to develop, I want to get better at doing what I'm doing. So please be objective. Then they're not going to worry about upsetting you or giving you critical feedback. And as you receive that, be objective. You've asked them to help you, so listen carefully to what they have to say. As they talk through what their experience is of your confidence or lack of confidence, you can explore how you feel and whether what they're saying matches your internal experience. So far, we've looked at the causes of low confidence and how to assess your own level of confidence to give you that really good starting point. And now we're coming on to the confidence solutions, and we're going to give you 6 key tried and tested solutions that you can use to help build your own confidence. The first, and perhaps the starting point in building your confidence, is all about preparation. It's really good to look at what other people are doing. And as you look at what other people are doing, think, well, would that work for me? Would that suit my personality? Would that suit how I want to use hypnosis? What bits of that do I like, and what bits don't I like? And remember, you're not there to compare yourselves to others. Just learn from what they do and what you can draw from that to help build your own confidence and your own way of working.
So after the preparation stage, the next solution is developing your skills and knowledge in the areas of hypnosis and everything else that is related to those areas. Now, doing this, as we've already mentioned, it's a really good idea to learn from different sources and learn in different mediums. So if you are, really good at learning by watching something, that doesn't necessarily mean you just need to watch and then you'll be good at doing it afterwards. So a blended learning approach tends to be best for most people, even if you do favor one approach more than others. So watch people by all means, whether it's in person at training courses, whether it's on videos, whether you've bought a video or it's on YouTube, whatever it is, watch them doing it so that you get an idea of how to do what it is that you're going to be doing and doing it as effectively as possible.
Our next solution for improving your confidence is something that I think is the most wonderful tool and probably a little bit underutilized, although you might already be using this but not realizing it. Are you telling yourself all the things that could go wrong? Are you running a mental movie, seeing yourself dry up or forget your words, or not really remembering how to do a suggestibility test, or even falling off stage, who knows? Are you actually preparing for the worst instead of using this wonderful imagination of yours to prepare for success?
So the fourth confidence solution that we're going to give you is one that you may have already thought of, but some people do and some people don't. And some people do less of it than they probably should. And it's practice, because practice makes perfect. That's why we always say, practice, 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 then practice some more, because practice really does improve your skills. It gets you familiar with what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and it is just the #1 way to build your confidence.
Our fifth confidence solution is all to do with your comfort zone, or rather, expanding your comfort zone. Now, if you just stick with what's comfortable, with what's familiar, actually you might find that that comfort zone contracts rather than expands. What we suggest is every day, do one thing that's a little bit uncomfortable. Now, it doesn't have to be super scary uncomfortable, maybe just a little bit uncomfortable, because then you become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And by doing so, by pushing on that comfort zone boundary, you do expand your comfort zone. In fact, it can become even bigger the more you do it. However, it's all about scale. Rather than picking something that's terror-inducing each day, pick something that's just a little bit uncomfortable. Rather than overload yourself, just optimize your expansion of your comfort zone. Of course, you can always think to yourself, you know what, if it goes wrong, what's the worst that can happen? And you can actually become comfortable with getting over setbacks, and that can be a really useful skill in developing your confidence.
So the final confidence solution that we're going to be talking about in this video is developing confident qualities. And one of those qualities is flexibility. Now, flexibility has two aspects. It's your mindset, but also your skill set. So you may have the mindset of being able to do hypnosis and do it really well. However, if you don't have the skills to back it up, it's probably not necessarily going to work that well. And vice versa, if you've got the skills, but in your mind you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I can do it in this different situation, I don't know if I can work with this type of client or this type of volunteer, then again, that is going to be limiting. So by developing both of those areas, by working through those unhelpful beliefs, by developing your skills, by developing your knowledge and going out and practicing and getting experience, you will, by proxy, become a more flexible hypnotist. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us because we're always happy to help.
Bye-bye.